Hello,
Hi.
and welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about Lifetime Network's reality-based TV series Married at First Sight, season number 16, episode number 2. But before we get into that, I know some of y'all are probably wondering why my eyes are so bloodshot red. Trust me, it's not because I hit the choker smoker. It's because I've got a virus that I'm on the other side of, so my eyes are still a little bit foggy, but I'll be all right.
If he starts coughing or breathing hard, that's why.
Yeah, just slide on out to the garage and
But
get that beer out of the refrigerator.
It's not choker smoke. You can't mix beer with medication, honey. You're not a housewife.
All right.
So we have the continuation of last week, Shaquille and Kristen getting married. And of course, she said she didn't want a bald-headed man, so when she came through the door and saw him, she probably felt disappointed. Shaquille was pleased with what he saw coming at him.
Yeah, he had one of those good googa booga looks when she came down.
Right, and he even complimented that God knew what he was doing when he created her, but she didn't have any complimentary things to say to him.
Yeah, Miss Picky has some issues, I think.
In fact, she said he had 2 strikes against him. After they sat down and had a conversation by themselves, he was younger than she was.
By a year. Come on, give me a break.
And she said that's 2 strikes.
Yeah, she said that foolishness in her confessional.
One was the bald head.
Yeah, and the other was that he was younger than she was. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe she's on the wrong show. Maybe she should be on the show I'm Married to My Damn Self.
Once they got married, she offered him her cheek rather than a kiss on the lips.
Yeah, and it didn't go unnoticed by anybody who was in attendance either.
Absolutely. You could tell that it was a little rejection. Shaquille said later on she has boundaries, and he could understand that. But in the after party, she said she wanted him to ask her if he can kiss her.
Please.
It looks like this is gonna be a problem child because she's locked in with how she feels, and if her criteria is the bald head and the age difference, she got a big learning curve, because in relationship and marriage there's a whole lot more to deal with than the brother's bald head or the age difference.
Listen,
so she got a lot to learn.
Thought that it was okay to address and make an issue the physical things that she did not like about him.
Right.
But she never referenced anything about the fact that he might be trustworthy. He seems like he's a good guy. He seems like he's sincere. Just initial things that she should have been looking for in the way of attributes in her husband.
Well, she has a checklist and she's checking it once or twice. We shall see.
Listen, damn her scroll checklist, okay?
So next we see Gina and Clint. They are going dress shopping.
Yep.
And Gina has her mom and her girls, and Clint brought his boys through to get dressed up and ready to go. Clint liked what he saw coming down the aisle at him. Yeah, I mean, he was just smiling and grinning, and because Gina got a lot of curves.
Right, and I think she was maybe probably less so impressed with what she saw, but I got to throw the flag on the brother Clint. Clint walked down that aisle, didn't have a formal bow tie, had his collar open, and I was like, bruh, you didn't mean to tell me you going casual with it?
He could have put that tie on, but hey, maybe it's about his aesthetic. He's an outdoorsman, and maybe the suit was stretching it and he couldn't go beyond putting on a tie. So it is what it is. But they looked good at the altar. They exchanged vows. And when they got together on their one-on-one, they both live in the same building.
How's that for a coincidence?
That is, and she knew that for a while too, because she saw them filming and she was confused whether they were going to be filming her. And when she asked a question, they told her, oh, they were just getting shots. Meanwhile, they were filming Clint. And the doorman told her that they were filming an old man upstairs.
Yeah, The doorman dropped down.
Gina didn't look like she was super pleased with Clint. She mentioned in the after party that she met him on the elevator before. But Gina seems like a woman who is gonna, keep all doors open and not be so closed off as
Kirsten.
Kirsten, because she seemed more mature.
She's a business owner, and Clint is a tech guy, right? Is he a tech guy?
He's a tech guy.
And I think in terms of age, they're more probably more complementary. He's
Yeah.
40s, he's in his early 40s, and she's in her mid to late 30s, right?
Yeah, I believe so. But I think they look promising. We don't know what is going to come going forward, but we're going to keep hope alive for them.
I think they look good together as well, and I think that they're starting off on the right foot.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
And that is in stark comparison to
The
Shaq
first couple.
and Kirsten.
Right. Clint didn't get any strikes, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nicole and Chris.
Yeah.
Now this couple I like.
I do too.
I like Nicole because she looks like a firecracker, and I appreciate that tendency in women.
Yeah, she also got the gift of gab too.
Hey, so and Chris the same. Chris is the quote unquote nice guy. Evidently, they all exchanged gifts, and Chris got Nicole some really thoughtful gifts.
I see you, boy. That's a nice move on your
And
part, man.
it was nice because it touched their heart.
And, I think it really made a fantastic impression. I think it was a great move on his part, and I will also say that it is, to me, indicative of cats who are not necessarily nice guys, but good guys, because they're thinking of, somebody else other than themselves and making that impression to somebody that he's never met. I think that move resonates loud and clear about who this guy is to somebody that she's never met before, never seen before.
I just think that it's great that he considered her.
Yeah.
Quite a few couples tend to not consider each other, and he put a lot of thought into what he was giving her, and I think that was what touched it. Didn't have to be expensive, but you could see he put some sort of thought into it.
Yeah, it was. It tells you a little bit about him and that he's a classic guy.
Yeah, and she's already feeling him sight unseen. She after they exchanged vows, she was happy to have that quiet time with him, and she told him she thought he was handsome. And
Yeah, he's a tall athlete guy, kind of guy.
Yeah. And you could see Nicole is ready to go, but her mother cautioned her that she should not try to jump him the night of the honeymoon. So
she said, act like a lady.
She said she's gonna try to do that, but the girl already set.
Yeah, man, and I will say that both of them seemed very pleased at visually what they saw.
Yeah.
And that's a big part for the guys, I know, especially sight unseen, but it's every bit as important for the ladies as well.
And one thing about Nicole, evidently Chris had an accident where he lost part of his finger.
Right.
And he told her about the accident, and it wasn't a big deal for her.
Right.
I thought that was that showed who she actually
Absolutely.
is. So, all in all, good beginning. We'll see what unfolds. But I think Nicole has her romance going on in her head, and she got to pull that down.
Pull up. Yeah.
To
It's
the
early.
man that's standing in front of her, and deal with him accordingly.
I agree, and I
So,
think based on just that initial gift move from Chris, I think they'll take it slow. They'll get to know
it's a good
each
beginning.
other. They're both mature, or seem to be mature as it relates to what it is that they're about to engage in terms of a journey.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be okay. It's going to take time. Be patient with one another, and they'll be fine. I like the vibe that I get. The initial vibe that I get from these two is on point.
So we go to Jasmine and Aries.
Yeah.
Aries, I'm not sure about. I'm just gonna say, um,
He
I'm not sure Aries is fully present.
he's the self-proclaimed reform player.
Reform player,
Yeah,
but
who's
he
not
was
necessarily reformed as far as I'm
the
concerned.
reform player was waving goodbye to the streets the day of. Really,
You mean to
brother?
tell me you gonna miss them that much? Is that for the some BS for the camera? Or I didn't think so. It seemed like to me that was
And no
part of who he
wonder
is.
his cousin Fallon is so adamant about him just not continuing this, just cut loose and keep on moving because
She
she knows who he is.
because
But
he.
you could see he was thinking or contemplating
Oh
just
yeah,
exiting the process
that mental
when
was turning over
yeah, when
up
she
and
was
around, wasn't it?
talking to
Oh
him.
yeah, absolutely.
But I'm not sure if he's there for the right reasons, but stuff will be unfolded. I can't just, say out and out, but he gives me some level of pause, if you know what I'm saying. Meanwhile, Jasmine is happy. She
Uh-huh.
got a beautiful dress and she's there with her people
Hmm.
and her parents, and she's really anxious about getting married, which is
Understandable.
understandable.
Absolutely.
She looked beautiful. She said she and her people are in the church and they prayed prior to hooking up with this. And again, I gotta wonder about the experts, particularly Pastor. If
Pastor
this
Cal, you
Pastor
call him out?
Cal, yeah,
Okay.
knowing her background, spiritual background that she has, they hooked her up with a reformed player who had sex 2 weeks ago. How reformed is he? A reformed player is saying, like the other brother said, that hey, I had enough of this, I want something more, I want something real. But if he has to satisfy his needs, and 2 weeks out of getting married or being involved in this process,
He's smashing. Yeah, he's smashing.
he's still out there. How committed is he when problems come up between them?
Well,
How committed, how much of the street is out of his bloodstream? 10%, 25,
that's
30?
what I think
Uh,
was at the core of what his cousin. What was her name again?
his cousin Fallon.
Fallon was basically saying and
Right.
putting on his mind.
Why would they hook Jasmine up with this dude? Because, I mean, the dude is saying goodbye to the streets like if she was one of his side pieces. He's saying goodbye to, just for now. And when you get that urge, your side piece is the first number you dial. And
That
what makes them think that this reform player is ready to commit fully to this process?
my issue is with him. In addition to the point that you made about the issue with Pastor Cal and the screen the screening process for these couples. I just think that if he knows that he is not ready to be married and or in a committed relationship, say that. Say that. Don't waste our time. Don't waste our time as viewers. Don't waste your own time. Don't waste your family's time. Don't waste anybody's time.
Because
to
I
do that.
think sometimes, just like in any relationship, the representative is being scrutinized, not the real person. The representative is answering these questions to what they hope to be rather than who they
Right,
are.
right.
And I just think that the experts need to understand that. Look at Kristen and
Kirsten.
Mitch.
Kristen.
Kristen and
Okay,
Mitch last season. He had a meltdown when he recognized what he had to do.
Right, right.
So why are why is this continuing?
Well,
And then at the end, oh, we did the best that we can do. No, it's not good enough. It's
well,
not good enough.
well. I think that it is not a good match. I don't have good vibes about it. I think um, Jasmine is about to embark upon a journey with someone who's not where he needs to.
Jasmine is getting ready to experience some things,
Yeah.
and he too.
Yeah.
And it's going to test him and challenge him how much of that the street is still in him. Because if that side piece could turn him up, that's what he's going to turn to. So
especially if he has bumps in the road with Jasmine.
exactly,
and that's
and there
assuming
will be bumps in the road.
Right.
Marriage is not just all happy times, and from the gate there's going to be issues. Particularly, they're strangers; they don't know each other.
He gonna find out.
Amen. And it's unfortunate that she's the one she got to find this out with.
Well, she seems, my initial impression about Jasmine is that she seems like she's a very nice young lady who's sincere about what it is that she's looking for in the form of a husband and or mate.
Well, I hope it works out. Looking forward to it, but I don't think Aries is there 100%. We now go to McKinley and Dominique. Lord have mercy.
Say, help me, Jesus.
You know what? I'm just gonna report that both of them went dress shopping, tuck shopping.
Right.
Dominique, she fell in love with a dress that she wants to wear, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
No.
No, it's too early yet. I mean, people seeing the same thing I'm seeing, so it's too early to tell. But something about that mama. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Well, okay, all right. I ain't gonna act up.
I think that's
McKinley
all.
said he's had his fun, but he's ready to settle down. Dominique seems like she's convinced herself that she's in love with the idea, to me, of being married, and because
and
not really understanding what it actually means.
they keep mama guying us, telling us that she's an old soul.
Yeah, okay. At 25.
Well, at 25, you could be an old soul, but Dominique.
This is not an example of that.
This is not an example of being an old soul.
Not as far as I'm concerned.
So
You can't be considered an old soul if your mother signs you up for this process.
well,
Yeah, I'm gonna tell it.
I'm not sure where this is gonna go, and I'm not gonna assume and be presumptuous. I'm just gonna wait for it to unfold.
I will. I don't think they're going too far. She is 25. He's 34. I just think that he's in a different place in terms of his life than she is. I don't think she's as mature as she claims she is, and I don't think she's ready for this expense. I really don't.
25, you want to explore, you want to travel, you want to party, you want to hang out with your girls, you want to go to all these different events, you want to experience some stuff. You really don't want someone at the house trying to answer to. You don't want to. You just want to feel comfortable in your skin, having your own place, having your own vehicle, your job, your travel stuff is important to you, and you get to do it. The expansion of your mind with hobbies and all the stuff that you could get into with your friends.
Do you think McKinley's at that point?
No, he's beyond that.
Yeah, he's exactly.
He's beyond that.
Which is one reason why I don't think that this is a very good match at all.
Well,
he said that he's had his fun and that he's ready to settle down.
right. Now she's having her fun.
Right, exactly. So how is that, in terms of a compatibility factor, good for either one of them in terms of connecting as a potential husband and wife?
I just think for some of us at 25, we're not yet there. We're still figuring out which way we like our eggs.
Sunny side up.
Boiled, sunny side up. You're still trying to figure out what you like to eat. You're expanding your palate. You're trying different things. I don't know, and this young lady doesn't seem like she is there to get married and do all the do, but this is who they chose, so we're gonna grow with that.
You don't think she's clout chasing Because me personally, I think that Kirsten's clout chasing. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. I just think that the whole Dominic setup vibe is suspect. Does McKinley like the sisters?
That's a good question.
So maybe that was on the paper. He said, "Oh, okay, you know, but liking the sisters and marrying the sisters, let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. That could be a whole different experience."
One that he ain't ready for.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So that's all I'm gonna say, and that's where I'm gonna leave it.
That's all it needs to be said.
We'd like to thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you disagree or if you like what we're saying, please click that like button and send us your comment. We appreciate you. We thank you for keeping us lifted, and we thank you for sticking with us.
Absolutely.
So God bless. Have a good one. Stay in peace. You are a blessing, and we shall see you next week. Thank you. We appreciate you so much.
See y'all.
Bye bye.